Today on Our Spirits and Gear, we shoot out and see if we can tell the difference between a real amp and its digital counterpart. So myself and my good buddy Ben Eller, Uncle Ben.
Hey kids.
We are here at Sweetwater Studios in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and we thought we would do a cool little experiment. We are going to have two different amplifiers, and we're going to utilize the modern technology of the Neural DSP Quad Cortex, specifically its capturing ability. And we have captured some amps, or rather, Sean, the head engineer here, has captured a Soldano SLO-100.
Dialed in by you.
Dialed in by me. And a Friedman BE-100?
Yep, that's
DELUXE?
Right. DELUXE.
Dialed in by you.
By me.
So we are going to blindly A and B the Soldano for me, playing my guitar of choice, which is a Music Man, Luke 3 HH. And then we are going to switch roles, and Ben is going to play his guitar of choice, which is a Charvel, and I'm going to then A and B amp versus Quad Cortex. Now, neither of us know which one we're on. We just see A and B, and we know the switch is an A and B radial ABY switcher. Okay? So we don't know yet which one we're playing.
No. And this is also my first time ever messing with the capturing ability of the Quad Cortex. I've barely messed with one. Like, I tried it at NAMM whenever it debuted on headphones. And it was NAMM, so it was just like really quick, messing with a few things, then moving on. It sounded awesome. I really liked what I heard, and I'm liking what I'm hearing other people get out of it.
Yeah.
But this is my first time ever interacting with the capturing process.
I own a Quad Cortex, and I have done some captures, and I can tell you it's real damn good.
Yeah?
It's real damn good.
How's it compared to other modelers that do the capturing thing that
It's
you've tried?
much, much, much better than anything Kemper is capable of.
I didn't know if we could say the K word or not.
We can say the K word.
Okay.
I'm not associated with either company, so which is important to note.
Completely transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely transparent. We're not associated with Neural DSP or Kemper. However, in my own personal experience and in my opinion, the Quad Cortex captures an amplifier, and it's the essence of an amplifier, much, much better than a Kemper.
Well, I think we'll be the judge of that, won't we?
Okay, so I am hooked up. We have both amps fired up, and I am on the Soldano SLO-100, or the Quad Cortex of the same profile. Ben is going to take care of the switching.
I'll stomp you.
I don't know which one is which. So I'm just gonna play, and we're gonna hear the clicks, and you're gonna kind of signal when you're switching.
Boop.
Okay? Here we go.
Okay, so I actually had to look at the meters to make sure that I didn't like misfire and not trigger it. I thought this would be easier. This is bad. Oh no, like
That's amazing.
it is really hard to tell.
Wow.
Is there a feel difference under your hands, or does it just pretty seamless? Because that's the thing, like listening to them versus feeling them under your hands, the reaction is something you can't get from watching a video. Let's keep going. Maybe you'll find out.
Yeah, I not that I haven't noticed the difference yet.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you got off the low strings, I was hearing more of a difference. But when you're on the bottom,
There's no difference.
I couldn't tell. But when you were mainly on like the fifth and fourth strings,
I hear a difference. I'm going to save my guess.
Yeah, yeah.
At the end, after we're both done, we're going to get Sean in here, and we're going to see what is what.
Yeah, what the reveal is.
I don't... Man, that's really tough. I don't know.
It really is.
Okay, so I'm going to put this guitar down. We're going to switch spots.
Whopperoonie.
And Ben is going to take the acid test with the Friedman. Ooh. Be right back.
See how it goes.
Okay, so we have gone ahead and switched guitars. We have the Friedman BE Deluxe fired up. We have the patch, the capture on the Quad Cortex switched. You ready, Ben?
I thought that I was, and then we did yours, and I'm like, I don't know if I am.
I have no idea.
I really thought that
Honestly.
this would be easier, and now I'm like,
okay.
second guessing myself here. But hey, let's give it the old college try.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. There's a chewiness to one of them that I'm hearing more. Maybe it's that particular amp and its frequencies and stuff, or maybe it's this guitar or just my mitts. I don't really know. One of them sounds chewier than the other, and one of them sounds a little hairier than the other.
For me, I'm hearing some low mids that are in one and not the other.
Yes. Yep.
There's that
chewiness.
But it's only comes out when you play certain things. When you play up on not on the low E.
Not on the low string.
When you're on the low string, I don't hear a difference.
Let me do that with the low string and see if we can hear the difference as much. Okay. I'm hearing more of a difference on this amp or this guitar. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
There is a difference. I can't tell you what it.
I don't know.
What it is or which one's real. Let's try messing with the volume knob and stuff a little bit and see how they clean up, because to me that's always been the super weakness of anything that's profiling a real amp, is its ability to mimic how it rolls up and down, you know?
Yep, let's do that.
Okay. It's freaking me out because there's times that you hit it and I go, oh, it changed. Then there's other times you hit it and I'm like,
it didn't change.
Nothing changed. What's happening? Did the acid just kick in?
Dude.
That's what it is.
I will say this.
Man. They dosed
I
us.
will say this. Whatever the result is, I think you could easily record a record and you could certainly use this live. Either one of these tones would be great live.
You wouldn't know. There's no way you know. This is kind of weird.
I didn't expect it to be like...
No. Let me play just a little bit more and watch on the A-B right here so I can get a better idea of like which one I think is the real one.
Okay.
Okay. I have a guess, but I really don't know if I'm right.
I have a guess too. Okay, so before we guess, we're gonna go get Sean, the engineer, and we're gonna talk a little bit, and then we're gonna have him tell us which one is which. Okay, so we're gonna be right back. Okay, so we have Sean on his way back in. What do you think? There's A and B. Which one do you think is the Quad Cortex? Which one do you think is the real amp?
It was harder to tell with the Soldano, but with the Friedman, A sounded a little bit hairier in the top end. B sounded a little less hairy. That's the one that sounded more chewy to me. And typically I find, and again, this is just my past experience with Kemper and stuff like that, the high end is where the modelers really struggle getting it right. That detail in the high end. Usually profiles to me always turn out sounding a little darker than the real amp, which isn't even a bad thing. You usually end up having to shelve some high end anyway when you're recording guitar.
That's true.
But like there's this extra hair when we were on A, especially when I was on the high strings. So I kind of think A is the real one, but I'm not sure.
Boy, I think B is is it.
You think B is the real one?
I think B is the amp because of the low mids. And in my experience
Okay.
with capturing and modelers, it's the low mids that they kind of don't capture, which in a lot of cases, for some of my friends who've made records with Kempers, is the reason they will go with a Kemper, is because it will ultimately sound tighter and a little cleaner and a little less flubbier. My guess is going to be B is the real amp and A is the Quad Cortex. Ben thinks A
Is the real one.
is the real one and B is the Quad Cortex. Sean is over here off camera. Which is the real amp and which is, and these are the same, by the way, for each amp. It's not like one or the other and they're switched.
A is the Quad Cortex.
So he said A is the Quad Cortex, B is the real amp. What?
That's hard for me to believe. Because, dude, when I was hearing A, I was like, that's that bristle I'm used to hearing out of my Friedman.
With
I have
your
a
amp,
B at home.
With your amp, I agree. With the Soldano, and maybe this is only because I don't own the Friedman.
Yeah.
I own the Soldano, and I know that amp pretty well.
Very well, yeah.
The low mids for me.
And the Soldano is also a more low-mid focused amp, too. You know, that's
is.
a very, like,
It is.
iconic thing about that amp.
That did not.
I'm surprised. I really thought to myself, I was like, A is definitely the real one. It's brighter. Real amps are brighter than digital.
So we started the Friedman, and I thought, no, it's not. It's probably not B. I'm only going off of my amp.
Yeah.
So if I only heard the Friedman, I would have guessed A as well.
I got fooled.
You got fooled.
I got Ashton Kutchered. I got punked.
Wow.
Oh, this gosh darn
Okay, well, there we
Quad
go.
Cortex.
Digital versus the real thing.
50-50. Some of us can, some of us can't,
50-50.
apparently.
I don't know. There was no difference in feel.
No, I didn't feel any difference.
There's no difference in feel for me.
And I expected for there to be one. And again, that's imperceptible from watching a video, like I said, but it's like
Yeah.
I expected to feel under my fingers, like, this is not real versus this is real.
Okay.
I really could not tell. And I'll say this too. Regardless of which one was real and which one was the Quad Cortex, they both sounded really
They
sick.
sound great.
So it's kind of like, who cares exactly?
What you get in is what you get out.
Wow.
One weighs a lot less than the other,
There is
I will
that.
say.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
wow. With that, yeah, that's.
You got me.
Yeah, we got Ben, guys. I got lucky. I'll be totally honest. Like I
I could have guessed either one.
educated guess for me. I was definitely not like, aha.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So shout out to Sweetwater and Sweetwater Studios. Sean, thank you so much for letting us use your facilities and letting us do this shootout. That's fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing stuff.
Okay.
And thank you guys for watching.
I will link down below in the description for all the information if you want to check out the Quad Cortex, Friedman, or Soldano for yourself. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff.
I've been Uncle Ben.
And we will see you next time. If you liked the video you just watched, please consider subscribing. And if you want to further support me and what I do, consider using some of the affiliate links down below in the description of this video. Go on over to Sweetwater, buy yourself something, and help me out at the same time. It's a win-win for both of us.